All right, you always say how you do anything is how you do everything. What's one small habit that changed everything for you?
Yeah, so I'll tell you about a habit early on in my career about 15 years ago that completely changed the trajectory of my business. I made more money, got into better shape, better lifestyle. And then I'll tell you about a habit recently that also shifted, that also gave me a massive change and impact in my life. So the first thing was about 15 years ago, Craig Ballantyne in his book, The Perfect Day Formula, talks about magic time. Wake up early and with intention, work on the parts of your business that's going to make you the most money, that's going to move the money needle. And he said, even if you don't want to wake up super early, just wake up 1 hour earlier than normal. You don't have to wake up 3 hours earlier, just wake up 1 hour earlier, but work with intention. So I started doing that. I would wake up instead of 7 o'clock, I would wake up at 6 o'clock, which gave me an extra hour at the kitchen table to work with intention on the parts of my business that move the money needle, marketing and sales, right? And when I say intention, it's important because if you wake up early, but you don't have any specific intention on what you're going to work on, you're just going to spend that hour on social media and burn right through it, right?
Most people do.
Yeah, that's what most people do because we know the average American spends 3 hours a day on social media. And so that piece, dude, then led to, I was like, well, if I can get this much productivity and profits and revenue in this additional hour with intention, what if I just sleep an hour earlier and wake up 2 hours earlier, right? So then I went to 5 a.m. wake up times. And another benefit to that is this. You actually have this distraction-free time. The family's not awake, kids aren't awake, no one's awake, dogs aren't awake, everyone's asleep, and you have complete peace and focus for 2 hours to work on the parts of your business or your life. So if someone's like, I don't have time to work out, now you do if you do it with intention, right? The second thing that I did here years later, was it now? This November will be 3 years. I stopped social drinking. So I was never an alcoholic. I was never a heavy drinker. I would have 2, maybe 3 cocktails a month. Like one cocktail would be like a double shot of vodka with cranberry juice after a speaking event when I'm going to do a meet and greet, right? Because I'm an introvert and the alcohol kind of helped take the edge off so that I could be, it's like social lubricant. Well, at 40, so I'm 51 now. So I was what, 48 years old after having one cocktail on a particular night and then going to bed. Dude, I woke up, my fingers were swollen. I felt a little like foggy headed, almost hungover. And I realized, oh, that's how it's been the last like year or so. Even just one cocktail, I am foggy headed, I'm unclear, I wake up swollen. My body wasn't processing alcohol like it used to. And I'm like, well, why was I doing this? Why am I doing this? Oh, that's right, because I had a speaking event yesterday and the meet and greet, and it takes the edge off and it makes me more of an extrovert instead of introvert. So I could justify all the reasons, right? Just like people justify, well, after a long, hard day, I just have a cocktail or a glass of wine. Or with my steak, I have this particular type of thing. Or with sushi, I have this beer. We could justify all day long. But until I stopped the social drinking, and then about 3 months went by, 3-4 months after the social drinking, it's like every piece of poison from the alcohol that was in my body and my brain left my body, and I had such a high level of clarity, of efficiency, of thought pattern, of decision making, like even better. And I'm a pretty good speaker and orator and decision maker, and I could take action like no one's business. But dude, everything went up another level. And I realized that even with just like small amount of social drinking, you're still building up this toxin, this poison in your body and your brain that's slowing you down and slowing all your functions down, right? This is why, you get impaired and you can't drive. Well, if you also can't make great decisions, just because now you're not drunk, you're not breathing out alcohol on a breathalyzer, doesn't mean that the effects aren't lasting days still. And then so you then drink again a few days later, you drink again a few days later, before you know, you compounded all this alcohol. Those two things, man, waking up an hour early and doing intentional work and then cutting alcohol out the last 3 years now have made massive, massive changes in my life. And it truly is, how you do anything is how you do everything. It's paid off for me in dividends, but I think most people are better at finding excuses why they don't want to quit alcohol, why they can't wake up an hour earlier, oh, the kids, oh, the family, oh, this, rather than actually finding reasons why they should.